So the 48th play of Anonimo Bolognese is if you see your opponent in Portafiore stretta, you'll be in codalunga stretta with your left foot in front, your non-dominant foot. And you'll throw a half mandrito to the top of his wrist. Now, if you do this without moving your feet, it's quite awkward and you're not going to know which side of his sword to go on. So you will turn your foot outward, half mandrito. Do not raise your sword into a high guard, just lift your point. Turn your foot out and strike down this way. So you're half mandrito. Turn your body first and bring down the sword on top of the wrist. He'll want to parry that. And Anonimo specifies that he'll use his false edge to parry that. So look for that. Make him do that. And that's what we're doing. Step, lift, throw. Now, when he does that, you will. And so I'm not really advancing much here. I'm really in provocation territory here. So this is very small motions. It's really, think of this as positioning, not trying to hit anything. When he reacts with that falso parry, throw a mandrito. And this time he does not say half toward his face or his arm. Now, again, there's no step. Here, turn, and he says he'll want to defend himself. And as he does, you draw your hand back to yourself and strike with a mandrito. Now, what makes this feel workable is, here's your half mandrito. Now, your full mandrito. Don't throw this in such a way as where you send your point forward because he can contact it. Anonimo states that you shall not allow him to touch your sword at all, but throw your hand out without really sending your point forward. It's a whole lot easier to throw your hand out. He says, withdraw your hand back toward yourself. Break it apart. First part, that. Easy for him to block that. Step over here, get off line of that. Step over, throw that. He blocks it, simply turn and strike. No advancement yet. Here, turn, strike. Then pull that. Pull and hit. You lift your point, reposition yourself sideways to go for the top of the wrist, and he parries with a falso. I'm not really advancing here, but I am moving my foot to the side so that I can actually throw a half mandrito to the top of the wrist. Next is a mandrito, not half, an actual mandrito. Now, you see, if I don't step, it still makes him parry because how does he know that I won't step? So the half mandrito to here, turn this as a mandrito. Now, withdraw this to yourself, advance a little bit. He says a bit with your front foot, left foot into Chinghara Portafiore stretta. The target there is actually the hand, so we're not advancing much. So small step. You don't have to overextend yourself. So here, and there. And if you can hit that hand, great. You're in Chinghara Portafiore stretta. But he says, after you do that, your opponent may still make an attempt to wound you, strike you, so he may avoid that. Here, you may do this and he may avoid that. If he does, parry with your false edge, not past guardia di faccia, and throw a mandrito across his face, chest, and arm into Portafiore larga. Now, note my footwork here. Turn, lift, half mandrito, mandrito here, no step, and a half mandrito here. Now, he does say to pass forward and parry this, not past guardia di faccia. I'm not stepping deep here. I'm stepping only just in front. And he says not past guardia di faccia. Now I have to throw a mandrito. Why did he have me stop here, if only then to proceed up here and throw the mandrito? Well, what I can do there is parry here and throw a big, powerful mandrito across his face, chest, and arm into Portafiore larga with an advancement of my right foot. It's very, very powerful. So, step over here, turn your foot, lift this, and go for the wrist. When he parries that, turn, send this for the head, but pull it and go at the hand here. If that did not work, he's going to attack you. Hit that, and then slam this down across. Chest, arm, face, into this position, lifting, stepping, turning, throw that turning here. Don't let him actually hit it. If he actually hits it, he's got an advantage on you. Don't allow that to happen. All you have to do is turn your hand. Turn your hand and throw that. Now, again, there's no power here. Because there's no power here, I can easily retract it and strike down upon the arm. Don't make it powerful, that will slow you down. If that does not work, be prepared to defend and throw the mandrito into this position, portaferro larga.